Hi, this is Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. There are a number of laws that are going into effect today, June the 27th. I did a separate video earlier on constitutional carry that you can watch, because that's one I've gotten a lot of questions about. But there are several others that I just want you to be aware of. The first is House Bill 118. This is it prevents an individual who's delinquent on their student loans, for example, from having a license revoked. In other words, you're then robbed of your ability to actually work and then pay off your bill. So I would advise you pay your bills. Don't fail to make the payments on your student loans or whatever. But now you're no longer going to lose your license in Kentucky simply because you're delinquent on an obligation that you have. So that's one thing. Another one is Senate Bill 57. This is felony expungement. There are more felonies that are now able to be expunged than had previously been the case. If you remember, a couple years ago, I signed into law the right for an individual to be able to have their record expunged here in Kentucky. That's awesome. I want to see it ultimately so that people of almost every violation have the chance to get their feet back under them. House Bill 323 goes into effect today. This is a reciprocal licensing bill for military spouses. So if you're a military spouse, you have a spouse now stationed here in Kentucky, you actually now can bring your license from another state here. There's some exceptions around depending on what it is, but in large measure, you now have reciprocity with other states that have already licensed you in that particular area. That's something that goes into effect today. We have campus free speech provision, so don't let anybody tell you you have to go to a safe space to speak your mind. This is America. The First Amendment still applies. We've codified that further here in Kentucky. That was House Bill 254. Senate Bill 50 is a pro-life bill, just saying that certain chemical abortions that actually have the ability to be reversed, it's now the responsibility of a doctor to make that clear to somebody, because people change their minds about things, and for good reason. And so if somebody does, they should at least be informed as to what their options are medically. House Bill 2 is an important one. This is a kinship care bill. As we have more and more kids in kinship care being cared for by somebody who may or may not be a family member, there are certain things that allow a caregiver assistance program to be fully implemented. What resources does the state have to come alongside those of you who may be caring for someone, largely due to the opioid crisis or what have you, that is no longer able, for at least a period of time, to be living with their immediate family? That's House Bill 2. That goes into effect. Bottom line is this: you have more rights than ever, assistance programs available to you. Let's make sure that you understand what those are. The final one, Senate Bill 18. Senate Bill 18 really just simply says if you're a pregnant worker, you've got rights, and more than perhaps you even knew. Bear that in mind and understand that this state is trying to protect you to the best degree possible. We want people to have children. We want them to have it safely. We want them to be able to work simultaneously if they'd like to do so. And our legislature's done a good job of protecting the rights of those that are pregnant in Kentucky. These are some of the things that have gone into place today, officially becoming law. Check it out. Government constantly working on your behalf. Men and women come to this state capital to pass laws. Sometimes they go into effect immediately, sometimes the next year, sometimes it's after 90 days. This is that point. June 27th, a day that will live on in Kentucky for the things that have changed, but these are your rights. This is your government working for you. We are Kentucky.